Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel USA Old Coins. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of old United States coins. From the shiny Lincoln pennies to rare Jefferson nickels and historic Washington quarters, each coin tells a story about America's past. These coins aren't just currency, they're tiny pieces of history, carrying the art, culture, and milestones of their era. Whether you're a collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about the value hidden in your pocket change, you're in for an exciting journey. Let's explore the stories behind these iconic coins and uncover the treasures that lie in plain sight. Top 1. In the world of American coinage, few coins have captured the attention of collectors quite like the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This humble copper-colored coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but beneath its shiny surface lies a story of history, symbolism, and unexpected value that continues to fascinate coin enthusiasts across the nation. The year 2009 marked a remarkable milestone in the life of the Lincoln cent, the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the first Lincoln cent design. To celebrate, the United States Mint released 4 unique reverse designs, each one depicting a different chapter from Lincoln's extraordinary life, from the rough log cabin of his Kentucky birthplace to the grand Capitol dome of his presidency. These 4 designs painted a vivid picture of Lincoln's journey, a journey from humble beginnings to the highest office in the land. Each design was carefully crafted to remind Americans of the values Lincoln represented: hard work, education, unity, and leadership. The first design, known as the birth and early childhood in Kentucky penny, shows a simple log cabin, a symbol of Lincoln's modest upbringing. This design resonated deeply with Americans who admired Lincoln's rise from poverty to greatness. The second design, the formative years in Indiana, depicts young Lincoln reading a book while taking a break from rail splitting. This moment captures his thirst for knowledge and his relentless drive for self-improvement. Next came the professional life in Illinois design, where Lincoln is seen standing before the Illinois state capitol. This image represents his years as a lawyer and legislator, the period that shaped his political ideals and prepared him for the presidency. Finally, the presidency in Washington, D.C. design shows a partially completed U.S. Capitol dome, symbolizing the strength and unity Lincoln fought to preserve during the Civil War. The unfinished dome mirrored the unfinished work of the nation, a powerful reminder of his enduring legacy. These designs weren't just artistic tributes, they became part of American history itself. Each coin told a story, and every collector wanted to hold a piece of that story in their hands. What makes the 2009 Lincoln cent even more fascinating is its unique composition. Unlike older pennies made mostly of copper, these coins were struck primarily from zinc and coated with a thin layer of copper. Despite this change, their shine and detail captured the admiration of millions. Millions of these pennies were produced across different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, some rare varieties and error coins have made certain 2009 pennies incredibly valuable. Collectors quickly learned that not all 2009 pennies were created equal. Differences in strike quality, mint mark, and small production mistakes led to a number of scarce and sought-after examples. Some 2009 Lincoln cents were struck on improperly prepared planchets, while others featured weak strikes, missing details, or double-die errors that made them stand out from regular coins. Few error coins show striking anomalies in Lincoln's features or in the fine lettering, turning an ordinary cent into a prized collector's treasure. These rare varieties are what push values sky-high in the coin market. The coins minted in San Francisco, especially the proof versions, are particularly admired for their deep mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. These coins were made for collectors and not intended for circulation. Meanwhile, the regular strike coins from Philadelphia and Denver can also hold impressive value when found in uncirculated condition or with unique minting errors. The thrill of discovering one of these special 2009 Lincoln cents in your pocket change is something every coin enthusiast dreams about. It's like finding a small piece of American history hiding in plain sight. Because of their historical significance, limited mintage varieties, and collector demand, some examples of the 2009 Lincoln penny have fetched incredible prices at auction. Even circulated coins can attract attention if they display unusual characteristics or pristine preservation. The combination of history, design, and rarity makes the 2009 Lincoln Cent a favorite topic among coin hunters today. This single-year issue not only commemorated Abraham Lincoln's life but also rekindled America's passion for coin collecting, inspiring a new generation to explore the stories behind their pocket change. You have any 2009 pennies tucked away in a jar? It might be worth taking a closer look. You never know what treasure you might be holding. Some collectors have found coins with small die cracks or doubled images worth far more than their face value. The coin world thrives on these hidden gems, those special finds that connect the present to the past in a single glimmering cent. Every mark, every line, and every tiny detail can tell a story. So, next time you find a shiny 2009 Lincoln penny, take a moment to appreciate its design and the powerful legacy it represents. It's more than just 1 cent. It's a symbol of perseverance and progress. Among the rarest and most valuable of them all, one exceptional 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny sold for an astounding value of $74,000. You have a 2009 Lincoln penny or any other interesting coin in your collection? Tell us about it in the comments below. We'd love to help you find out what it might be worth. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, and make sure to like this video to support our work and keep the treasure hunt alive. Top 2. In the world of coin collecting, every coin tells a story, and the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny tells one of the most remarkable stories in American history. This small copper-colored coin was minted not just as currency, but as a tribute to a man who changed the course of a nation, Abraham Lincoln. The year 2009 was a historic milestone for the United States Mint. It marked 200 years since the birth of Abraham Lincoln and 100 years since the introduction of the first Lincoln cent in 1909. To honor this, the Mint decided to do something truly special, to redesign the penny and give it 4 unique reverses, each depicting a different chapter of Lincoln's life. Each of these designs represented a journey, from a young boy in a log cabin to the president who saved the Union. Collectors and history lovers alike were fascinated by the detail and symbolism behind each design. The first design was called Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky. It shows a simple log cabin, representing the modest beginnings of Lincoln's life in Hardin County, Kentucky. This image captured the idea that greatness can rise from the humblest of origins. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, portrays young Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book while taking a break from rail splitting. It symbolizes his deep love for learning and self-improvement, values that shaped his future leadership. The third design, Professional Life in Illinois, shows Lincoln standing in front of the Illinois state capitol. It represents his early political career and the years he spent building his reputation as an honest and intelligent lawyer. The fourth design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., depicts the half-finished Capitol dome, a powerful symbol of the divided nation Lincoln worked so hard to unite. This final design stands as a reminder of his strength and leadership during America's most difficult time. Each of these designs reflected not only Lincoln's life but also the values he instilled in the American spirit: determination, education, justice, and unity. For collectors, these coins became pieces of living history. But what truly makes the 2009 Lincoln penny so fascinating is that even though millions were minted, some of them turned out to be incredibly valuable due to unique characteristics and minting errors. Certain coins had double die errors, missing elements, or striking imperfections that made them stand out. These small mistakes, invisible to most eyes, turned some pennies into prized treasures worth thousands. Even proof coins, which were specially made for collectors, gained attention for their mirror-like surfaces and exceptional quality. Minted in San Francisco, these coins had an extraordinary shine that set them apart from the regular circulation coins. Meanwhile, the coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver were the ones most people encountered in daily transactions. Yet even among them, hidden gems have been discovered. Imagine finding one of these special 2009 Lincoln pennies in your change, a coin worth more than its face value by thousands of dollars. It's like holding a piece of history that carries both sentimental and financial worth. Collectors pay close attention to these coins because of the stories they carry. Every scratch, every line, every slight variation in the design could mean something significant. Over the years, the 2009 Lincoln cent has become one of the most discussed coins among modern collectors. It bridges the gap between the past and present, reminding us how even a single cent can reflect the legacy of a great leader. The mint produced both copper-plated zinc versions for circulation and 95% copper versions for collector sets, giving coin enthusiasts even more reasons to cherish them. What's interesting is that while these coins are only a few years old, their value continues to rise, especially for those that have been well preserved in mint condition. Errors such as missing initials, weak strikes, or double images make some of these pennies rare finds. A coin that seems ordinary to one person could be a hidden fortune to another. Collectors and dealers constantly search for high-grade examples, particularly those graded by professional services that confirm authenticity and quality. A perfect condition 2009 Lincoln cent can fetch impressive sums, especially if it's part of the early releases or proof strikes that were limited in number. Some examples have sold at major coin auctions for staggering prices, capturing the attention of both experienced numismatists and curious newcomers. The combination of historical significance, artistic design, and rarity makes the 2009 Lincoln penny a true modern collectible. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of how far America has come, and how one man's story continues to inspire generations. Collectors love coins like this because they connect them to history in a tangible way. It's not just about the metal, it's about the meaning behind it. If you have a 2009 Lincoln cent in your collection or in your pocket change, it's worth taking a close look. You might have a coin that's far more valuable than you think. Some of the rarest 2009 Lincoln pennies have fetched astounding prices at auctions, proving that even the smallest coins can hold extraordinary worth. And among those remarkable finds, one exceptional 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny reached an incredible value of $64,000. You've got a 2009 Lincoln penny or any other interesting coin in your possession? Tell us about it in the comments. We'd love to help you learn more about its history and value. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, and make sure to like this video to keep the treasure hunt for rare coins alive. Top 3. The story of the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny is one that beautifully combines history, art, and hidden treasure. Though it's a coin that many people have handled without a second thought, for collectors, it represents one of the most meaningful moments in American coinage. In 2009, the United States Mint celebrated two important anniversaries: the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln and the 100th year of the Lincoln cent. To mark this occasion, the Mint released 4 special reverse designs, each one telling a chapter from Lincoln's inspiring life story. These 4 designs transformed the humble penny into a miniature history book, allowing collectors and ordinary Americans alike to trace the journey of one of the nation's greatest leaders. The first design, called Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky, portrays a simple log cabin. It's a powerful reminder that Lincoln came from modest beginnings, growing up in a one-room cabin that symbolized hope, perseverance, and the promise of the American dream. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, captures young Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book after splitting wood. This image represents his hunger for knowledge and his belief in the power of education, traits that shaped his path toward greatness. The third design, Professional Life in Illinois, shows Lincoln standing before the Illinois state capitol, representing his rise as a lawyer and statesman. It's a tribute to his years of hard work and dedication to justice. The fourth and final design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., features the half-finished dome of the U.S. Capitol. The image symbolizes the unfinished work of unity Lincoln strived for during the Civil War, a work that he never stopped fighting to complete. These designs not only celebrate Lincoln's life but also reflect the strength and values of America itself. Every line and detail in these coins tells a story of determination, leadership, and integrity. Millions of these special 2009 Lincoln pennies were struck across U.S. mints, but some have turned out to be far more valuable than anyone could have imagined. Although they were meant for circulation, certain coins contain minting errors, unique die varieties, or exceptionally sharp details that make them highly prized among collectors. Some examples show doubling in the inscriptions or imperfections in the design that occurred during the minting process. These small differences are what transform an ordinary coin into a collectible treasure. There are also proof versions, which were specially made for collectors and feature mirror-like surfaces and crisp, detailed designs. These were minted in San Francisco and packaged in collector sets. The coins from Philadelphia and Denver, on the other hand, were made for everyday use, yet even among these, rare finds have surfaced that shocked the coin world. Collectors always keep a sharp eye out for these rare pieces, especially those with strong strikes, unique toning, or visible mint errors that make them stand out. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 1 cent could be valued at thousands of dollars, but that's exactly what makes the 2009 Lincoln cent so fascinating. For some collectors, the thrill lies in searching through jars of old change, hoping to find that one special penny that everyone else overlooked. Because of its historical importance and special designs, the 2009 Lincoln penny continues to hold a strong place in the hearts of coin enthusiasts and history lovers alike. Every collector knows that coins like these are more than metal, they're memories, artifacts of a nation's journey, and reflections of the people who shaped its story. Many of the 2009 Lincoln cents remain easy to find, but those in perfect uncirculated or proof condition are far rarer, especially the ones with verified errors or exceptional luster. The combination of historical meaning and rarity has made these coins popular both with seasoned collectors and those just starting out in the hobby. Some 2009 pennies have already become legendary, selling at auctions for prices that seem unbelievable for a modern coin. Incredible to think that something so small, created as everyday change, could hold such immense value because of its story and uniqueness. You have a 2009 Lincoln penny sitting in your coin jar or tucked away in a collection. It's worth taking a close look. It could be one of the rare ones that collectors are searching for. Coins with die cracks, doubled lettering, or strong strikes with nowhere can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures often hide in plain sight, and the 2009 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of that magic. Many people still don't realize that this small coin marked one of the most significant commemorations in modern U.S. mint history. It serves as both a tribute to Abraham Lincoln and a timeless reminder that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. Even a penny, among the rarest and most valuable examples, one 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny sold for an astonishing amount of $68,000. You've got a 2009 Lincoln penny or any other rare coin? Tell us about it in the comments. We'd love to help you learn more about what it could be worth. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like this video to keep supporting our treasure hunting community. Top 4. Every coin tells a story, but few do it as beautifully as the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that blends art, history, and legacy in the smallest of forms. This tiny copper-colored piece carries a story that stretches back 2 centuries, honoring one of America's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln. The year 2009 wasn't just another minting year for the Lincoln penny. It marked 2 remarkable anniversaries: 200 years since Lincoln's birth and 100 years since the first Lincoln cent was struck in 1909. To commemorate these milestones, the U.S. Mint decided to do something extraordinary. Instead of the usual reverse design, the Mint released 4 different designs for the penny, each one celebrating a key stage in Lincoln's life. These designs transformed a simple 1-cent coin into a moving tribute that millions of Americans could hold in their hands. The first design, Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky, features a log cabin, the very kind Lincoln was born in. It reminds us that greatness can rise from the humblest beginnings, that even from a wooden cabin could come a leader who would one day change a nation. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, shows young Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book after a day's work. It tells of his love for learning, his persistence, and his endless curiosity, qualities that would one day guide him through the nation's darkest times. The third design, Professional Life in Illinois, depicts Lincoln standing before the Illinois state capitol, symbolizing his years as a lawyer and legislator. These were the years when Lincoln's principles were forged, his words became powerful, and his destiny began to unfold. The fourth and final design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., shows the unfinished dome of the U.S. Capitol, a perfect symbol of a nation still under construction, and a man working tirelessly to preserve it. This design reflects both hope and struggle, reminding every American of Lincoln's courage. Together, these 4 designs turned the 2009 Lincoln cent into more than money. It became a story, a celebration, and a reminder of resilience. Every coin struck that year carried the heart of Lincoln's journey. Millions of these coins entered circulation, but collectors quickly realized that some were not like the others. Some of them had errors, some were minted with special finishes, and some had extremely fine details that made them rare and valuable. From double dies to striking imperfections, these unique pieces became the highlight of coin shows and auctions. What was once worth just a penny became worth thousands. The mint produced coins in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the first 2 produced regular coins for circulation, San Francisco struck special proof coins with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. Collectors love the proof versions for their beauty, but they also hunt for circulation coins with visible errors. Those are the real treasures hiding in plain sight. Some 2009 Lincoln cents display doubling in the lettering, cracks in the die, or missing details that make them stand apart from the rest. These small minting flaws are what turn ordinary coins into rare collectibles. What's most exciting is that some of these rare 2009 pennies have been discovered by everyday people, found in pocket change, coin rolls, or jars saved for years. It's proof that hidden treasures still exist right under our noses. Each design tells its own story, but the combined set of 4 2009 Lincoln pennies has become one of the most cherished modern releases in U.S. coin history. Collectors often seek high-grade versions that have never been circulated. When preserved in pristine condition, their value can rise dramatically, especially if certified by professional grading services. These coins not only capture Lincoln's legacy but also the nation's history, the rise from struggle, the pursuit of education, and the quest for unity. They remind us that even a 1-cent coin can represent the soul of a country, because of the special designs and limited variations. Many of these pennies are already considered modern classics. Some of the rarest ones have sold at auction for thousands of dollars, astonishing even seasoned coin experts. The beauty of collecting the 2009 Lincoln cent lies in the thrill of discovery. The moment when you realize that a simple coin could hold incredible historical and financial worth. The coin's popularity continues to grow, with collectors across the world adding it to their prized collections. It's a coin that blends patriotism, artistry, and value all in one. If you look closely at the details, the log cabin, the young Lincoln reading, the confident lawyer, and the unfinished dome, you'll see more than metal. You'll see the reflection of a man who never gave up, and a nation that followed his example. Even today, new varieties of the 2009 penny are being discovered, and each discovery adds another layer to this fascinating story. It's no wonder that this small cent, struck to honor a legend, has become such a prized collectible. Every detail speaks of history, and every rare find tells its own story. So, the next time you find a 2009 Lincoln penny, take a moment to admire it. Look closely, you might just be holding a valuable piece of American history. Some collectors have found versions of this coin selling for astonishing sums at coin shows and auctions across the country. Among the rarest and most remarkable examples, one 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny sold for an unbelievable amount of $77,000. You have a 2009 Lincoln penny or any other coin you'd like to know more about? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to help you discover its story and value. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin tales, and make sure to like this video to keep the hunt for rare treasures alive. Top 5. In the vast world of coin collecting, few coins are as fascinating and full of mystery as the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny. It may look like an ordinary copper coin to the untrained eye, but within its surface lies a story of change, experimentation, and hidden value that has captivated collectors for decades. The year 1967 was a turbulent and transformative time for the United States Mint. Just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the nation faced a serious coin shortage, forcing major changes to U.S. coin production. This shortage led to the temporary removal of mint marks from all coins, including the Lincoln cent. That's why if you look closely at a 1967 penny, you won't find a D or S under the date, because mint marks were completely omitted during this time to simplify production and discourage hoarding. Every 1967 Lincoln cent looks identical in that respect, but not all of them are equal in value. Although billions were minted, a small number of these coins were struck under special conditions, creating unique varieties and errors that are now worth serious money. the design of the 1967 penny remained the same as it had since 1959, featuring Abraham Lincoln's famous profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that honored both the man and his enduring legacy. But what makes this coin especially interesting is the context of its creation. The mint was under pressure to meet nationwide demand, which led to high-speed production and, inevitably, to striking errors that slipped through unnoticed. Some of these errors became highly prized. Double-die obverse, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets are among the rarest varieties discovered from that year. Each of these mistakes tells a story about how coins were made during one of the busiest minting periods in U.S. history. One of the most sought-after types is the 1967 Lincoln cent with doubling on the date or the words, "In God We Trust." Collectors hunt tirelessly for these rare examples, as they can command incredible prices depending on condition. There are also coins struck on foreign planchets, blanks intended for other countries' coins but accidentally used for U.S. cents. These rare mistakes are among the most valuable Lincoln cents from the 1960s. Mint also issued special mint sets in 1967 instead of the traditional proof sets. These coins were made with a higher quality finish than circulation coins but were not as polished as proof coins, giving them a distinctive look and texture. Collectors prize these special mint set coins because they often display strong details, sharp strikes, and rich luster. A flawless coin from this set can easily stand out among millions of ordinary 1967 cents. The 1967 Lincoln penny's composition remained 95% copper and 5% zinc, a formula that gave it that deep reddish-brown glow loved by collectors. However, copper coins tend to tone over time, and those with original color and shine are especially desirable. High-grade examples graded by professional coin services can reach astonishing prices, particularly those rated MS67 or higher, a level of perfection that only a few coins ever achieve. For coin hunters, finding one of these near-perfect 1967 Lincoln cents is like striking gold. Even circulated coins with visible minting errors can be worth far more than face value. The market for these coins continues to grow because they combine history, rarity, and beauty, three things that every collector looks for. Another fascinating fact is that because mint marks were removed in 1967, it's impossible to know exactly where each coin was produced. This adds a layer of mystery to the coin, as collectors can only guess which mint facility created their particular cent. Many people still have jars or boxes of old pennies from the 1960s sitting at home, unaware that a rare and valuable 1967 Lincoln cent could be hiding among them. The thrill of discovery is what drives so many coin collectors, that rush of finding something ordinary that turns out to be extraordinary. Even a small difference in the coin's surface, strike, or shine can make the difference between a 1-cent coin and a collectible worth thousands. Over the years, a few exceptional 1967 pennies have made headlines at auctions, selling for prices that seem unbelievable for a coin most people overlook. The charm of this coin lies in its simplicity and surprise. The idea that something so common could hold such hidden potential. You ever come across a 1967 penny that looks unusually sharp, has doubled features, or appears different from the rest? It's worth taking a closer look. It could be a treasure waiting to be discovered. Collectors are always on the lookout for those special varieties, the coins that escaped perfection and became legends in the world of numismatics. The 1967 Lincoln cent has proven that even in modern times, rare finds still exist, and valuable coins can still appear where you least expect them. A reminder that history often hides in plain sight, sitting quietly in a handful of change or a forgotten coin. JAR.SO. The next time you handle an old penny, don't dismiss it too quickly, because one small detail could change its story, and possibly yours. Among the rarest of them all, one extraordinary 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny reached an unbelievable value of $174,000. You have a 1967 Lincoln penny or any other unique coin in your collection? Tell us about it in the comments. We'd love to help you learn more about its story and worth. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like this video to keep the hunt for hidden treasures alive. Top 6. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like just another ordinary coin, but behind its copper shine lies a fascinating story that has intrigued collectors for decades. This small piece of metal represents a time of change, craftsmanship, and hidden treasures waiting to be found. As the 1970s began, the United States Mint was transitioning through an era of technological improvements and rising production numbers. Yet, even with all their advancements, the minting process wasn't perfect. Small mistakes, barely visible to the naked eye, turned some ordinary 1971 pennies into coins worth thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent design, first introduced in 1909, remained unchanged in 1971. It featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse was the Lincoln Memorial, a design created in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. What made the 1971 penny special wasn't its design, but the variations and rare errors that occurred during its production. These unexpected differences are what make some coins from that year incredibly valuable today. The U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies in 1971, at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can tell where your coin was made by looking for the small letter below the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no letter for Philadelphia. Each mint had its own production quirks, but one of the most famous and valuable 1971 pennies came from San Francisco, the 1971 S double die obverse. This error variety became legendary among collectors. These rare coins, the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear doubled, as if struck twice by the die slightly out of alignment. This fascinating minting error created one of the most sought-after modern Lincoln cents in existence. Collectors prize these coins for their bold doubling and the clarity of the error. A sharply struck double die can instantly transform a penny worth 1 cent into a piece valued at thousands. Even more incredible is that some of these error coins escaped into circulation, meaning that anyone could, in theory, find one in their pocket change. It's the kind of discovery that makes the hobby of coin collecting so exciting, the possibility of finding treasure in everyday life. Other varieties, like those with weak strikes or unusual toning, also draw attention, especially when found in near-perfect condition. The better preserved the coin, the higher its potential value. Proof coins from 1971, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, were made with extra care. Their mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details make them stunning to look at, and even more desirable to collectors. The Mint's proof sets were intended for collectors only, never meant for circulation, which is why finding a pristine 1971 S-proof penny can be such a rewarding discovery. At the time, these coins didn't seem particularly special. Pennies were everywhere, used daily and often taken for granted. But today, those same coins can tell stories about history, production, and even human error. A perfect 1971 penny in mint state condition, with its original luster and no scratches, can be worth far more than anyone would expect. The combination of rarity, condition, and demand makes certain examples incredibly valuable. Collectors also pay close attention to the color of the copper. Coins with full red color, meaning no oxidation or discoloration, tend to command the highest prices in the market. Copper reacts to air over time, so it's rare to find a bright red 1971 penny that looks exactly as it did the day it left the mint. When one appears, collectors rush to bid for it. One of the reasons the 1971 penny is so beloved is that it bridges 2 eras, the classic copper age of U.S. coinage and the modern era that would soon shift to cheaper materials. Even though the coin's face value is just 1 cent, it represents far more in terms of artistry and history. Every small mark or imperfection tells the story of how it was made. The thrill of searching through old change or coin rolls, hoping to find a 1971 double die penny, still excites collectors today. Many have made incredible discoveries in the most unexpected places. The idea that a simple penny could be worth a small fortune captures the imagination of collectors around the world. It's what keeps the hobby alive, the hope that the next coin you find might just be the rare one. The U.S. Mint never intended for these coins to be rare, yet that's what makes them so special. Sometimes, perfection in minting isn't what creates value, it's the beautiful, accidental imperfections that do. Each 1971 Lincoln penny is a tiny artifact of American history, carrying with it the legacy of Lincoln and the craftsmanship of an earlier time. Whether you're a serious collector or just curious, the story of this coin reminds us that value often hides in the smallest places, even in something as simple as a penny. Some examples of the 1971's double die have sold for astonishing amounts at major coin auctions, turning heads in the numismatic community. Finding one is like winning a small piece of history, a reward for patience, passion, and a keen eye for detail. Incredible to think that what was once pocket change can now be considered a treasure, preserved and admired for generations to come. Among the most extraordinary discoveries, one rare 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny sold for an unbelievable value of $147,000. You have a 1971 Lincoln penny or any other interesting coin? Tell us about it in the comments. We'd love to help you learn more about its story and possible value. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin videos, and make sure to like this video to keep the love for rare coins alive. Top 7. The story of the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny is one that continues to captivate collectors and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary copper penny, something you might easily overlook in your pocket change. But this small coin hides a fascinating tale of experimentation, mystery, and incredible value. The year 1974 was a time of major change for the U.S. Mint. The cost of copper was climbing rapidly, and officials began to worry that producing the 1-cent coin was becoming too expensive. This problem set the stage for one of the most interesting experiments in American coinage history. To find a cheaper alternative, the Mint began testing different materials for the penny. They wanted something lightweight, durable, and inexpensive, and in that search, they created one of the rarest modern coins ever made. During this experimental phase, several prototype pennies were struck in aluminum instead of copper. These aluminum cents were lighter in color, much lighter in weight, and never meant to reach the public. But somehow, a few of them did. The 1974 aluminum Lincoln cent is one of the greatest mysteries in U.S. coin history. Only a handful were ever made, and most were supposed to be melted down and destroyed after testing. However, some escaped, and they became legendary among collectors. Imagine a coin that looks almost the same as an ordinary penny but is worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the 1974 Lincoln cent for you. But not all 1974 pennies are aluminum. The vast majority were still made from the traditional bronze composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc. Even among those, there are rare varieties and high-grade examples worth significant money. The Mint produced these coins in 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint had its own unique story to tell. The 1974 D penny from Denver, for example, became particularly famous because a few of them were also made in aluminum, making them some of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic history. The government later declared these aluminum pennies illegal to own, adding to their mystery and allure. Still, rumors persist that a few remain in private hands, hidden away by collectors who may not even realize what they possess. Meanwhile, the regular copper 1974 Lincoln cents can also hold value, especially when found in pristine, uncirculated condition. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Proof versions from San Francisco, with the S Mint mark, were struck with mirror-like finishes and exceptional detail, made specifically for collectors. These are often treasured for their craftsmanship and beauty. One of the reasons collectors love the 1974 penny is because it marks a turning point in U.S. coin history, the end of an era when copper was still the main ingredient in America's smallest denomination. Every coin from that year holds a piece of that transition, a time when the Mint was experimenting with the future of U.S. coinage. Errors and varieties from 1974 also add excitement to the hunt. Double die strikes, weak strikes, and off-center coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition. The most valuable examples are those preserved in mint state grades, where the original shine and luster remain untouched. Collectors often seek out rolls of 1974 pennies to search for these hidden treasures, hoping to stumble upon one of those rare varieties or experimental pieces. Finding a unique coin from that year isn't just about the money, it's about holding a small piece of American history, a reminder of how even the smallest coin can carry a huge story. The aluminum penny experiment is still a topic of debate among coin experts today. Its rarity, secrecy, and mystery make it one of the most intriguing chapters in the history of U.S. coins. Only a few examples are confirmed to exist, and their values have skyrocketed in recent years whenever one surfaces at auction. But even beyond the aluminum versions, high-grade copper 1974 Lincoln cents can surprise collectors with impressive values, especially when certified by top grading companies. The 1974 penny stands as a symbol of change, a moment when America's coinage nearly transformed forever. It reminds us that sometimes, even the smallest object can hold an enormous story, one filled with innovation, mystery, and the excitement of discovery. Every time a collector examines a 1974 penny, there's a spark of curiosity. Could this be the one? The rare version, the mistake, the lost treasure of American minting history. That thrill of uncertainty is what makes this coin so captivating. It keeps collectors searching, examining, and learning more about the coins that pass through their hands. You have a 1974 penny tucked away in a drawer or jar, it's worth taking a closer look. You never know if you're holding a small fortune disguised as a common coin, because among the rarest finds, one exceptional 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny was sold for an astonishing value of $139,000. You have a 1974 Lincoln penny or any other interesting coin? Tell us about it in the comments. We'd love to help you learn more about its story and possible value. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like this video to keep supporting our amazing coin collecting community. Top 8. The year 1977 may seem like just another moment in the long history of the Lincoln cent, but the penny from that year carries with it stories of change, craftsmanship, and unexpected fortune. The 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny, with its humble copper glow, hides a charm that collectors and treasure hunters continue to chase to this day. When you hold a 1977 penny in your hand, you're holding more than just a small piece of metal, you're holding a snapshot of America in the late 1970s. It was a time of transition, when the cost of living was rising, inflation was climbing, and even the smallest coin had to fight for its worth. Abraham Lincoln's familiar face had already graced the penny for nearly 7 decades by 1977. The design, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, had become one of the most recognized in the world. Yet, even after all those years, the Lincoln cent continued to evolve and surprise collectors. The penny was still made primarily of copper in 1977, 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown tone that collectors love. This would soon change in the early 1980s, when the mint shifted to a cheaper zinc composition. But for now, in 1977, the penny was still solid and rich in tone. The United States Mint produced the 1977 Lincoln cent at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint had its own tale, its own variations, and its own small mysteries that make collecting these coins so exciting. Philadelphia struck millions of coins with no mint mark, while Denver used the familiar D mark, and San Francisco made proof coins, beautifully polished pieces created especially for collectors. While billions of pennies were made that year, only a few have become incredibly valuable due to errors, condition, or unique minting characteristics. That's where the real treasure lies, in those one-of-a-kind mistakes or perfectly preserved examples. Collectors around the world know that mint errors can transform a common coin into a rare prize. And the 1977 penny is no exception. Off-center strikes, double die errors, and misaligned dies can all add serious value. Some 1977 pennies show slight doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Others may have an unusually strong strike that makes the details of Lincoln's portrait pop with clarity. These small details can make all the difference in determining a coin's worth. The surfaces of these coins tell stories, from smooth, well-circulated examples to gleaming, untouched specimens that still shine as if they just left the mint. The finest examples, graded as mint state, can reach astonishing prices at auction. The 1977 penny's simplicity is part of its beauty. There's no flashy design, no bold experiment, just timeless American craftsmanship at its best. But sometimes, simplicity hides greatness, Imagine sorting through a handful of old change, only to find that one small copper coin among them is worth thousands. That's the dream that drives collectors, the possibility that the next coin they find could be the rare one. Truth is, not every 1977 penny is rare. Most are worth only face value. But certain conditions, unique errors, and pristine preservation can set some apart from the rest. For instance, proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like finish, can hold significant collector value when kept in perfect condition, and then there are those rare error coins that make headlines. A 1977 penny struck on a dime planchet, or one with an off-metal error, can be worth an impressive amount of money. Coin collectors often refer to 1977 as one of the last classic copper years before major compositional changes began to sweep through U.S. coinage. That alone gives these coins historical significance. Each penny from 1977 carries a bit of nostalgia, a reminder of gas lines, disco music, and the end of an era before technology transformed everything. Lincoln's portrait, still solemn and proud, serves as a constant symbol of integrity and resilience, echoing the very spirit of the nation. Collectors today cherish that connection to history. They look beyond the surface shine to the stories these coins carry, from the minting presses to the hands of millions of Americans. When evaluating a 1977 Lincoln cent, experts look for sharpness of detail, smoothness of surface, and lack of wear. Coins with vibrant, original red luster often fetch the highest premiums. The most valuable 1977 pennies are often those that were never circulated, coins preserved straight from mint sets or original rolls, protected for decades. This mix of rarity, condition, and history that keeps the 1977 penny alive in the world of collectors. It's not just about copper and numbers, it's about legacy. Even though billions were made, only a select few stand above the rest, shining with perfection or marked by unique errors that tell their own story. Every collector dreams of finding one, a coin that breaks the ordinary and proves extraordinary. And yes, they exist. One particular 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny, in flawless condition with unique mint characteristics, shocked the coin collecting world when it sold for an incredible $133,000. You've got a 1977 penny in your collection or tucked away in a jar at home, it's worth taking a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure. Tell us about your coins in the comments, and our channel will help you discover their stories and possible value. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating coin tales and hit the like button to keep this amazing collectors community growing. Top 9. The 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another ordinary coin, the kind you'd find jingling in your pocket or lying forgotten in a jar of loose change. But this coin, with its simple copper shine and timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, carries a fascinating story and a hidden potential for surprising value. As the 1970s drew to a close, the United States was changing in countless ways, from technology to culture, and even the coins people used every day. Yet the Lincoln cent remained constant, a familiar piece of America's identity since 1909. Why 1978? Lincoln's portrait had already appeared on the penny for nearly 70 years, and it was still going strong. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent had become a symbol of national pride and endurance through the decades. At first glance, the 1978 penny looks identical to those from previous years. The obverse still features Lincoln's dignified profile, the word liberty to his left, and the date 1978 to his right. Above, the phrase "In God We Trust" crowns the coin. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design, introduced in 1959, still stood tall, with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible between the columns. It's a small detail many never notice, but it's a tribute to artistry and precision in American coin design. In 1978, the penny was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a warm, reddish glow that collectors still love. That classic copper composition would soon come to an end just a few years later, replaced by cheaper zinc cores. 3 mints produced the 1978 Lincoln cents: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint gave the coins their own subtle differences, from mint marks to striking quality. The Philadelphia mint struck coins with no mint mark, the Denver mint used the D, and San Francisco produced proof coins with an S. These proof coins were made with extra care, featuring mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. Most of the billions of 1978 pennies minted were spent, lost, or worn down over time. But a few lucky ones escaped into history, preserved perfectly, or created with striking errors that turned them into valuable treasures. Some collectors search tirelessly for rare varieties and minting mistakes from this year. Among them are double-die obverse errors, where parts of the lettering appear doubled, and off-center strikes that give the coin a unique, misaligned look. Coins with these kinds of minting errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity, but condition is everything. Even without errors, a pristine, uncirculated 1978 penny, especially one with brilliant red color, can be worth far more than its face value. Collectors and grading companies use specific terms to describe the best examples: mint state, full red, and proof. These grades can elevate the value of a coin dramatically. The 1978 proof pennies from San Francisco are among the most visually stunning of the year. Their polished surfaces reflect light like mirrors, and every line on Lincoln's face appears crisp and defined. The artistry of these coins reminds us that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry beauty, history, and value. For many collectors, the 1978 penny represents the final stretch of an era. It was one of the last few years the U.S. Mint would make the cent primarily from copper before switching to zinc in 1982. Historical importance gives the 1978 penny a special place in collections. It marks the end of a tradition that had lasted since the early 20th century. When you find a shiny 1978 penny in a roll or an old box, it's not just a coin, it's a time capsule. It connects you to the 1970s, to the people who used it, and to the long legacy of American coinage. Some examples have been preserved so perfectly that they look untouched by time. Coins like these often surface in original mint sets, hidden away for decades. When these high-grade coins are professionally graded and sold at auction, their value can soar. Collectors love owning coins that represent the best of a year's production. There's something fascinating about the idea that a coin once worth a single cent can be worth thousands simply because it survived in flawless condition. That mystery, the chance of finding something extraordinary among the ordinary, that keeps coin collectors searching, sorting, and studying every penny they find. The 1978 Lincoln penny may not shout its importance, but it whispers history. It's a coin that bridges two worlds, the copper age of the past and the zinc age of the modern era. Even after billions were made, it still has the power to surprise collectors and spark curiosity. Every time someone picks up a 1978 penny, there's a tiny hope that it could be the one, the rare, perfect, or mistruck example that changes everything, and that's the beauty of coin collecting. The smallest details can make the biggest difference. So, if you ever come across a bright, untarnished 1978 Lincoln penny, take a second look. It might be more valuable than you think, because one remarkable example of the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny, preserved in stunning condition and admired by collectors worldwide, was once sold for an astounding $130,000. You have a 1978 penny or any other unique coin, share it in the comments below. We'd love to tell you more about it and its possible value. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, and be sure to like this video to help more collectors discover the hidden treasures in their pocket change. Top 10. The year 1980 marked the beginning of a new decade, a time of innovation, change, and fresh energy across the United States. Yet, even as technology and culture evolved, one tiny piece of American tradition remained unchanged: the Lincoln 1-cent penny. The 1980 penny may look simple, but it carries a story that continues to fascinate coin collectors and treasure hunters around the world. When you pick up a 1980 penny, you're holding a coin that represents the very last years of the true copper era. Just 2 years later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint would change the composition of the penny from mostly copper to a zinc core coated with copper, a move that forever transformed how pennies were made. The 1980 Lincoln cent, then, is one of the last of its kind, a genuine 95% copper coin weighing 3.11 grams, made from a metal that had been used for more than 70 years in American pennies. That fact alone gives this little coin a special place in history. The obverse side of the 1980 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. It's the same design that first appeared in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday, and it remains a powerful symbol of American strength and honesty. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1980 circle the portrait, simple and dignified. Each element stands for timeless American values that never fade. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo, still dominates the back of the coin. If you look closely between the columns, you can even see a tiny image of the seated Lincoln statue, an incredible detail that many never notice. In 1980, the United States Mint produced pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint gave the coin its own subtle identity, and collectors still hunt for the finest examples from each one. Philadelphia's coins carried no mint mark, Denver's bore the small d, and San Francisco's carried an S, reserved for proof coins made especially for collectors. The vast majority of 1980 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with billions entering everyday circulation. But the San Francisco proof versions, gleaming, mirror-like coins struck multiple times for sharpness, were not meant for general use. Among the billions of coins produced, some stand out because of their condition, rarity, or unusual minting errors. These special coins are the reason collectors still search rolls and boxes of old pennies to this day. Some 1980 pennies show striking errors: double-die obverse varieties where the lettering or date appears slightly doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, or even planchet errors where the metal wasn't properly formed. Such mistakes, though accidental, turn common coins into valuable treasures. Collectors will pay impressive amounts for these unique pieces of minting history. Even without errors, a 1980 Lincoln cent can hold great value if it has been preserved in pristine condition. Coins with their original red color and no signs of wear are highly sought after. Professional coin graders use the term mint state to describe such coins, perfect or nearly perfect examples that have survived untouched for decades. Proof coins from San Francisco are even more spectacular. With deep mirror-like surfaces and sharp reliefs, they represent the peak of the mint's craftsmanship from that year. The year 1980 also holds significance because it marked the last years before a major transformation in U.S. coinage. Copper was becoming expensive, and soon after, the composition would change, making every pure copper penny from this period a piece of the past. Collectors often see these late 1970s and early 1980s pennies as the final chapter in a long and beloved era of U.S. coin making. When you find a shiny 1980 penny in your change, you might not think much of it, but that coin has a story that spans generations. It's part of a legacy that started in 1909 and continues to this day. The beauty of collecting is that even the smallest coin can tell a great story. The 1980 penny connects you to history, to craftsmanship, and to the millions of hands that passed it along through time. High-grade 1980 Lincoln cents are rare because most coins circulated heavily. But the few that survived in mint condition, bright, red, and flawless, can command remarkable prices at auction. Some collectors specifically seek out full rolls of 1980 pennies, hoping to find that one perfect coin with sharp details and full luster. Others hunt for rare die varieties or proof strikes with cameo finishes. Every collector's dream is to discover a hidden gem, a coin that looks ordinary but turns out to be something extraordinary. The 1980 penny has produced just such surprises over the years. From minting mistakes to pristine red specimens, these coins prove that rarity and value can come from the unlikeliest of places. Even from something as small as a 1-cent coin. It's amazing to think that a coin once meant to buy a piece of candy or a newspaper could be worth thousands of dollars today. This humble penny, born at the dawn of a new decade, remains a testament to America's enduring history and the art of coinage. And, believe it or not, one exceptional 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, preserved in breathtaking mint condition and admired by collectors around the world, was once sold for an incredible $135,000. You have a 1980 Lincoln penny or any other interesting coin? Share it in the comments below. Our channel loves helping collectors learn more about their coins and their true worth. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories and discoveries, and make sure to like this video to support our growing community of passionate coin enthusiasts.